Just now, I came across on the socialistworker.org website a really wonderful article in which 6 leading far-left writers were asked, what's next post-Sanders? I don't know if you've seen the article. I haven't. But it really points out my frustrations better than I could put them in words myself. Thought you might enjoy reading it, and she sent me the link. All the best, Susan in Seattle. Yeah, I had a chance here. I just opened this about 15 minutes ago, opened her email and the link. Because we had some trouble with that, too. But I want to share some of it with you. What the hell? Susan sent it, and I'm just about burned out on talking about Trump and Clinton. Trump, there's nothing left to say about this disgusting fuckwad. There just isn't. And as far as Clinton, I think once again today, the FBI released the results of their interview with her or whatever. And it seems once again she skated away from all the bullshit the right-wingers are trying to hang on her. It does matter. It does. Who's going to be the next president? If Trump is elected, insofar as the Supreme Court, we're really, I mean, it's over. But I don't want to talk about it. Fuck it. You know, it's not my job to talk about that shit. It really isn't. It really is. I've made myself very clear. So what Susan sent me, beyond Bernie, what's next for the left? There was a Bernie Sanders, he wasn't there, but supporters of Bernie Sanders town meeting in Phoenix earlier this week, August 30th, I think. And it was pointed out that Sanders' campaign for prez came to an end with Sanders, the self-declared socialist, calling on his supporters to back the choice of the Democratic Party establishment. You remember that and how disappointing it was, but I think Sanders realized that sometimes you have to fall on your sword and fight another day, unless you're dead when you fall on your sword. You know, that wouldn't work. But anyway, the Sanders campaign, regardless of what happened and what is about to happen with the election, the Sanders campaign is going to have a continuing effect on all of us who really were, for the first time in a long time, I think, engaged and energized by his challenge to the political trolls, zombies, and vampires that run this country. And also by his open advocacy of democratic socialism. That it says right here in the preamble to this thing I'm going to share with you, but I agree. Open advocacy of democratic socialism. Now, for me, it was, refreshing is not the word. Thrilling is not the word. But it was something very positive for me to hear somebody talk, like Sanders, about and having had declared himself years ago, decades ago, of being a democratic socialist and talking about it in the campaign and advocating for it. Now, of course, there's a difference between democratic socialist and socialist. Matter of fact, the World Socialist website that I go to for information didn't care for Sanders. This was before he asked his followers to throw in their lot with Hillary Clinton. But the World Socialist website, I guess, sees Sanders as less than pure. Well, if you're seeking purity in political advocacy or political leadership, you have a choice. Historically, you have Mussolini, you have Hitler, you have Franco, you have Trump. You'll find your purity there. And Sanders wasn't that way. He was a democratic socialist, which means, of course, that he did not believe in top-down control. He didn't believe in 5-year plans, all this other bullshit that the world was supposed to believe in after the Russian Revolution, that this was the future. Soviet communism, Soviet socialist. So Sanders is not that. He's a democratic socialist, and surely you know the difference. Okay. So this roundtable discussion was put together. I think there were 5 people who participated. Let me see here. Keeanga-Yamahtta Taylor, Bhaskar Sunkara, Jen Roesch, Sarah Jaffe, Howie Hawkins, and Amy Muldoon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people participated in this. So let's start with Keeanga-Yamahtta Taylor, who is an author of the book From Black Lives Matter to Black Liberation. And this person said, with each passing week, Trump's presidential campaign reaches a new low, and the liberal establishment's coalescence around Hillary Clinton's candidacy becomes even firmer. Of course, Trump is a frightening thug who should be relentlessly resisted, but the overwhelming focus on him threatens to give Hillary Clinton a blank check as president. Since the two parties' conventions in July, Trump's unraveling has meant little attention has been paid to developments in the Clinton campaign. Not only have a rogues gallery of war criminals come out to endorse her, but the campaign is actively soliciting the support of Republicans who are jumping Trump's sinking ship. The concerns of skeptical Sanders supporters are validated with each conservative embrace by Clinton's campaign. Now, let me digress for a second. I do not believe for a second that Clinton would be given a blank check as president. There's no way in hell that's going to happen because of the control that will remain, either one of the houses of Congress or both, under Republican control. So blank check, no, I'm sorry. But anyway, continuing, but more troublesome than Clinton courting Republicans is how the crisis within the Republican Party apparatus is used to discipline liberals into passive complicity with Clinton's sometimes anemic and other times reactionary political program. The pressure to keep Trump out of office also works to silence people who would otherwise be wholly critical of Clinton's neoliberal political agenda. For example, Clinton has promised to spend $120 billion to reinvest in urban centers with high unemployment and crumbling infrastructure. But on further review, what Clinton is actually promising is to create so-called empowerment zones in these cities. This is an old approach to urban reinvestment that gives massive tax breaks to corporations on the promise that they will create jobs. This, of course, has never worked in the 60 years that it has been proposed as a solution to urban problems. Clinton, however, gets a pass because she's not Donald Trump. And the problem isn't just during the election, but this passivity, if Clinton wins, will carry over into her presidency. The pressure will be even greater once Clinton is in office to, quote, give her time, end quote, to carry out her agenda. There are already stories being floated in the media by Clinton supporters about how difficult it will be for her to get parts of her agenda through a Republican-dominated Congress, including her much-touted pledge to raise taxes on the rich.